We're going to see if we can dive this chalk. We hit the minions instead of chalk, but we're able to clean them up with our 2. We're going to keep trying to get picks here. We're going to blink up. New wall. You got to stop doing that. There's 2 people under tower, 2 people out of tower. We should be going for the people out of tower. However, it looks like we're about to dive this dodgy. We do not land on the person we intended to, so we're going to fall back. Get a basic or 2 onto this new wall. And we're able to get her pick onto new wall from the tick damage. Dodgy dashes on us. We're going to activate our 1, activate our 2. And we're able to get ourselves a double kill. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Shiny B Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Dodgy and Jungle. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intentions of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Dodgy is a ability-based assassin who is excellent at single target dive. Usually in the late game, if you can get a pick onto one of the squishy characters and take them out of the game, you're doing your job, whether you survive or not. So let's go ahead and take a look at Dodgy's kit. Dodgy's 1, Horrible Burns. Dodgy's going to heat up her claws, and her next successful basic attack is going to deal instant bonus damage, additional damage every 1 second for 3 seconds, and slow the target for 3 seconds. Dodgy's going to gain haste when this ability activates and until she hits her target. The slow is going to be 10% at level 1, 30% at level 5. Dodgy's 2, 1000 cuts. Dodgy's going to lash out and swipe her claws 4 times. Anytime she hits an enemy, she's going to apply a bleed from her passive. When this ability is channeling, Dodgy's going to move freely in all directions. She's going to gain 40% increased movement speed, immunity to slows and knockups, and her tails are going to mitigate damage dealt to her from enemies who are behind her. The damage mitigation is going to be 20% at level 1, 40% at level 5. Dodgy's 3, Trickster Spirit. Dodgy's going to select a single ally or enemy target and teleport to their location after a short delay. Upon arriving, she's going to lash out with her claws, dealing damage and applying bleed from her passive. Dodgy's ultimate. Dodgy's going to summon a Powwow. She hovers above this device and may fire up to 3 shots. Enemy gods hit, take damage, and become chained and slowed. At the end of her ability, the chained enemies are going to be pulled to the Powwow, stunning enemies and then causing them to take damage 3 times over 2 seconds. If a god hit by this ability becomes CC immune at any time, they break the chain and cannot be chained again until this ability ends. The chain slow is going to be 20%. And finally, Dodgy's passive, Torturous Blades. Dodgy's sharp claws causes her enemies to bleed when struck by her basic attacks or some of her abilities. The bleeding is going to cause the enemy to take damage every 1 second for 2 seconds. This does not trigger item effects, and the bleed can stack any number of times on the same target. This Dodgy's in a bit of a bad position. This should be a free kill. We're going to go ahead and blink up, get the pick onto her. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point into her 2. Level 2, put a point into our 1. Level 3, put a point into her 3. Level 4, put another point into our 1. We want to max out our... Dodgy's interesting. We don't necessarily need to max out our ultimate. We're able to get the pick onto Nuwa. I think this game we're actually going to max out our 1, max out our 3, max out our 2, then max out our ultimate last. We're really using our ultimate to displace the enemy, not to get damage onto the enemy. In terms of the start, we started with Bumba's Dagger and tier 1 of Jotunn's Wrath. Bumba's Dagger is going to provide us 50 health and 50 mana. It has a passive that your basic attacks deal 20 true damage and your abilities deal 30% more damage versus jungle monsters. When a jungle monster is killed, you're going to be restored for 10% of the monster's health and 25 mana. We still have our 3 health potions. Since we got first blood, we got an additional 500 gold. We're going to go ahead and pick up the tier 2 boots. We're going to go ahead and start our next rotation. So if you want to save a little bit of mana, you can activate Dodgy's 1 in the fountain. Dodgy's 3 is a really cool ability. It's kind of hard to explain, but I will do my best. Whenever we teleport onto somebody, if we are facing south, we're going to spawn on the north side of that enemy facing south. Whichever way we are facing is the way that we are going to spawn facing that enemy. So if we want to be looking up across the map, we're probably going to spawn in front of the enemy with them facing us, but you can usually teleport to the opponent's back, get off a free basic attack or two, and then use your 2 to get out.
Enemy missing middle.
We're able to secure the enemy's blue buff. That's going to put him behind a little bit. New has a low opposition. We use our 3, get behind her, basic, activate our 1, basic, activate our 2, and we're able to get the pick onto the Nuwa. You definitely want to try to auto attack cancel. Dodgy does not have an attack chain. You do want to weave in autos in between abilities. So we don't want to land on somebody with our 1 active. We want to land on somebody, activate a basic, activate our 1, land another basic. This will help maximize our dodgy damage.
On my way.
We're really looking for a single target dive. We're trying to find a single opponent that is pretty weak and then burn them down. We have Cuckoo rotating with us. We're going to go onto the soul, get some good damage, and the Cuckoo is able to clean up the soul. We're going to use our 2, get a basic, and we're able to clean up the Nike. Good rotation from the Cuckoo and myself. Dodgy is here, we're out of mana. She uses her horrific emblem.
Out of mana.
We're gonna go ahead and hit this red buff before we back.
Enemy ultimate down.
Misery.
We're gonna go ahead and back and pick up Warrior Tabi. This is gonna give us the most power of the boot options. Then we're gonna pick up tier 2 of Jotunn's Wrath. In terms of which mace or axe to buy on the Jotunn tree, Crusher I think will give you the most damage. Jotunn is super helpful. It received a buff this season, giving you 50 power instead of 40 and 20% cooldown. And then going into Brawlers if you're going against a healer. Dodgy rotates onto our Osiris. We're going to blink up. Go ahead and use our ultimate. Get the chain onto the Dodgy. Looks like Chalk's out. We're just going to turn our attention to the Dodgy. And Osiris is able to get a double kill.
Nice job.
Because we gank solo lane, there's going to be a time disparity between when we hit our speed and when we hit the solo's blue. We're probably going to have to wait around a little bit on our next rotation for the blue buff.
An ally has been slain.
Nuwa's under tower, so there's not too much we're going to be able to do. We're just going to rotate to the left harpies. When using our 3 on camps, we're using it to get there a little bit quicker. And we want to position ourselves to where we're going to hit everything at that camp. So instead of landing directly in front of that... Oh, Soul's right here. Oh, our basic hit the camp instead of Soul. There's her dash. Nuwa's also here. We're able to avoid the Nuwa stun. We're going to jump on her basic, activate our 1, use our 2 back onto the Soul because Nuwa uses her ultimate. We got them both pretty weak, but I don't think we're going to be able to finish safely, so we're just going to kind of peel back. We have our ultimate in 12. We're going to go ahead and just use our 2 to get out. Our 2 is going to give us increased movement speed. We're going to dash onto the Soul, use our 1, and we're able to get the pick onto the Soul. We're going to kind of chase. Then we're going to fall back. Dodgy's on us. We're going to use our ultimate to avoid her damage. We have her chained. We're going to go ahead and run away. Let our team clean her up. Does not look like our team was able to clean her up. But we needed to get out. We're going to go ahead and pick up Jotunn's Wrath. Jotunn's Wrath is going to provide us 50 physical power, 150 mana, 10 flat penetration, and 20% cooldown reduction. It does not have a passive because the stats on this item are so good. So the way that flat penetration works is, if we take a look at our physical protections, we have 41 physical protections. Let's just round down to 40. If we're dealing damage to the soul, who has 40 physical protections, and we have 10 flat penetration, we're going to be dealing damage as if she only had 30 physical protections. So right now it would be acting as a 25% penetration when it's really flat pen. If Osiris tanks, will go in. He does not tank, so we're just going to fall back. The way I like to play dodgy is we get in with our 3, we get a basic, activate our 1, we land another basic, and then we have to decide. Do we use our 2 to get out? Do we use our 2 to pursue? Are we really in the enemy team and like we need to really dip? Then we would want to use our ultimate. If we don't have our 2, we really don't want to engage, and if we don't have our ultimate, we don't want to jump into the enemy team. So you kind of have 2 ways of getting out. Your 2 and your ultimate. We don't want to get pulled here, and of course we do. We have our ultimate in a second. We're going to go ahead and use it. Cuckoo's able to melt the dodgy. We're going to go ahead and pull the Nuwa, but she's able to beads it. If the enemy has beads and you're using your ultimate as dodgy, you can shoot a single chain, hit the enemy, and then cancel really quickly. And then you might be able to pull them before they are able to get their beads off. Right there, we weren't quick enough. But it is possible. We're going to go ahead and rotate left. Go onto the soul, basic, auto, and we're able to clean up the soul. We're going to go ahead and back, start working on Hydra's Lament. Our speed is about to be up. We are playing with a full team of members from the Discord server. We have a looking for group channel on the Discord server, so I'll occasionally post in there and be like, hey, looking for a group, and then usually whoever replies gets picked up. So if that is something you're interested in, there is a link to the Discord server down below in the description, along with the full build. We make it pretty late into this game, so I think we get every item that we want online. Left lane needs a little help, so we're going to go ahead and rotate over. Right here, we're looking to get a pick, maybe 2. I guess her dash is better. I'm going to use our 2, and we're able to get the pick onto the dodgy. I'm going to go ahead and drop red. If we take a look above our health bar, there is a speed timer. There's actually 2 right now. There's one that says 3 at the bottom right, and then there's just the normal one. If the normal one is 20 seconds or lower, you can back and then make it to your speed pretty close to whenever it respawns. We picked up Hydra's Lament. Hydra's Lament is going to provide us 40 physical power, 10% cooldown reduction, and 10 MP5. It has 2 passives. The first one is for 8 seconds after using an ability, your next basic attack will deal an additional 40% damage. Abilities that function like basic attacks do not benefit from this. Its second passive, this item grants 2.5 MP5 for 10% of your missing mana.
I'm going for jungle buff. Attack fire giant!
We're kind of just sitting for the blue. Osiris has 2 people on him. I'm going to go ahead and kind of rotate his way.
On my way.
We're going for the dodgy. She's squishier of the two. We're able to get the pick on the dodgy. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. We're able to get the chains onto the chalk. We're going to pull them. Basic. Use our 1. And Osiris is able to clean them up. Gonna check the enemy blue. It is here. Basic, 1 basic. We're gonna go ahead and take away some of this harpy farm. So in that last fight, we dove. We used our 2 to confirm a kill, and then we used our ultimate to provide a little bit of safety, and then set up for our next kill. Right now we have 30% cooldown reduction, so if we sit up in our ultimate for the full duration, there's a good chance we're going to have all of our abilities off of cooldown.
On my way. Ultimate is down.
That wave in mid was too fat to pass up, but now we're going to make our way left. Cyrus is able to clean up 1, Cuckoo is able to clean up the other. We hear dodgy. And you go ahead, dash. A little dodgy fight going on. She uses her ultimate. She's going to dash away. She dove right into our team. I'm hoping that someone on my team can clean her up. But we're able to dash in ourselves after using a blink.
Attack the Gold Fury.
So our speed has been up for a while. We're going to go ahead and drop this red buff and then back. Blue is also up, so we don't need to worry about waiting between speed and blue to get the blue buff. We're going to go ahead and start working on Void Shield. I really like this build for my ability-based assassins and jungle. You get all the cooldown you need. You get some additional damage from the Hydra's Lament, some flat penetration. Then you get some percent penetration. We're going to have maxed out cooldown. Then we can get Bumba's hammer, sell our Jotunns. It's just, I like this build a lot. Our team's working on securing the Greater Scorpion at Fire Giant. We hear dodgy nearby. Looks like we're gonna try to get the pick onto her. Being a little hesitant. And we decide against it.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Then we see Osiris pushing up, so we're like, alright, let's go for it. He uses 3, so he can't teleport to his hammer. We dash on him. We're able to avoid his ultimate. We're gonna go ahead and just clean up these minions with our 2, and then we're gonna back. Or at least leave right lane.
Enemies in the left jungle.
The enemy team's able to secure the Gold Fury.
My way.
Good for them.
I see everything in my kingdom.
We see Souls 3. We're going to kind of push up. We hear dodgy to the left of us. We're looking for a single target for us to dive onto. We go on to Nua. That's our beads. And we're able to clean the Nua up. We didn't take any damage there. We're going to push up on the soul. We do have our blink. We're going to use our 3. Get our 1 off. She uses her Aegis. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. We're able to connect onto the soul. Dodgy on the enemy team uses her ultimate. Soul must use her beads. I'm going to dive onto soul. And then we're going to use our 2 to get out. Remember, if we're getting damage from behind and we're in our 2, we're getting damage mitigation. Dodgy uses the horrific. We're going to go ahead and use our beads. Dash on her. Use our 1. Use our 2. We got body blocked by minions. And we're able to clean the dodgy up. Now Chalk is here. Incoming Nua ult. We're gonna go ahead and use our 3 to just avoid this chalk. Nike's now chasing us. A wiggle. We get slowed by her ultimate. We're kind of just hanging out in the back. We don't really have the health to fight this.
Be right back.
We're going to go ahead and back and pick up the Void Shield. The Void Shield is going to provide us 20 physical power, 60 physical protections, and 150 health. It has a passive that enemy gods within a 55 unit radius have their physical protections reduced by 15%. This isn't just going to benefit us, it's also going to benefit the Danzabora and the Osiris. So after this item, we're going to be going into Ancile, or Ancile. The reason we went into the Void Shield first is because they have 3 physical characters. We're going to dive onto this Nike. We're able to pick onto her. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate, avoid the chalk ultimate. We get our chains onto 2. That's a new ultimate. Ganesh is able to give us a double kill. Ooh, we want this triple. We're pushing hard for it. Dive up, basics, uses her Aegis. Oh, and we're going to fall back to safety. We get stunned and we're going to get punished for it. No! Soul got us with a 3. And that Nua's laughing on me, even though we've killed her like 5 times.
Your left tower is under attack.
We were super aggressive right there, and that is because we were going for the triple kill. We didn't have our ultimate, so we didn't have that safety net if we got caught, and we ended up getting caught.
We need wards.
Tell my team, go for fire. I think they can take it. Nope, looks like I'm trying to get them to go to Pyromancer. They're able to secure it. That's going to give our team 40% increased movement speed for 15 seconds once they leave the fountain.
Attack.
If it's just Nike, we can get some good damage right here. Notice how we activate our 3 and then we turn around in 180 degrees. That's going to spawn us behind the Nike, which is what we're going for. We're going to go use our ultimate. We're going to try to pull them. It looks like we miss. Failed ultimate. Osiris is getting pressured by 2 people. We're going to try to bring the team over to the fight. That's a dodgy ultimate. We're going to use our beads, avoid the pull. Soul's here. Soul's kind of hurting. We're going to see if we can dive this chalk. We hit the minions instead of chalk, but we're able to clean them up with our 2. We're going to keep trying to get picks here. We're going to blink up. Nuwa, you got to stop doing that. 2 people under tower, 2 people out of tower. We should be going for the people out of tower. However, it looks like we're about to dive this dodgy. We do not land on the person we intended to, so we're going to fall back. Get a basic or 2 onto this Nuwa. And we're able to get her pick onto Nuwa from the tick damage. Dodgy dashes on us. We're going to activate our 1, activate our 2. And we're able to get ourselves a double kill.
Not a chance. An enemy has been slain.
We dash in. And we take a lot of damage from Soul. What we should have done right there was use our ultimate over the wall and get the pull onto Soul and pull her out of tower. Pretty sure that would have given us the pick without putting us in any danger. We upgraded our starter item from Bumba's Dagger to Bumba's Hammer. Bumba's Hammer is going to provide us 300 health, 200 mana, 10% physical penetration, and 20% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that after casting an ability, your next basic attack deals an additional 80 true damage. After hitting a basic attack empowered by Bumba's Hammer, your active cooldowns are going to be reduced by 1 second, and you're going to be healed for 5% of your maximum health. So it's got heal, it's got cooldown, it's got percent penetration. This item is just very, very strong. Right now, we are sitting at 60% cooldown reduction, which puts us over the cap. We do not want this, so we're going to end up selling Jotunns once we get Ancile online. We're actually at 50% because Ancile is not online. But the cap is 40% and we are currently over it. I don't know. I'd rather just have a lot of cooldown early on and sell something later than plan around not having that early 20% cooldown reduction.
Be right back.
We get stunned by Nuwa. We're going to use our ultimate because we were kind of in trouble. We get the pull onto the chalk. Nike's out of range. We're going to go ahead and dash away. We're going to heal up off this camp.
You cannot rescue everyone.
We got to be careful on this engagement because we do not have our ultimate. We're going to loop around. Go for this Nuwa. Oh, and she was in her invisible fog, so we were not able to use our 3 onto her.
Retreat! Confuse
We're going to blank up. Might have been a mistake. We're going to dash in on the soul. Use our 2 to get away. We do have our ultimate if they really push us right here, which they are. So we're going to use our ultimate. We're able to get the chains onto at least 1. Chains onto the dodgy. We're going to use our 2 to get away. And we're going to have to back right here.
Group up.
We pick up Ancile. Ancile is going to provide us 60 physical power, 30 magical protections, and 10% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that whenever you take magical damage from an enemy, you're going to unleash a shockwave that silences all enemies within that range, within a range of 30 units for 1 second. This effect can only trigger once every 30 seconds. We're able to get the pick onto Soul. Great damage from Cuckoo. We're going to trust that our team can clean up the chalk. We're going to start pressuring this Nike. Ultimate in 12 seconds. We're going to dash up on the Nike. Oh, good 2 by the Nike. It's a Nuwa ultimate. It's a little less CC, that immunity that we need to worry about.
On my way.
Attack!
Trying to get Osiris to go in there. Oh no. We're going to use our ultimate to just avoid being in that bad spot. We're able to get the pull onto the Nuwa. Use our 2 to fall back into jungle.
Attack Fire Giant!
Okay. Ultimate is down. On my way. Ultimate is
We tell our 4 teammates to go for fire. We're going to go ahead and back ourselves because we're really too weak to engage with Fire Giant.
Ooh,
We're going to buy the movement speed potion. 2 health potions. Yeah, our team is going for a Pyromancer. We're trying to get them to go for the real Fire Giant. I think it's always better if you're trying to make a Fire Giant call, go for the real Fire Giant before Pyromancer. Once you destroy the Pyromancer, it's going to send a global sound notification to let the enemy team know that Pyromancer has been destroyed.
ultimate is down.
Retreat! Group up!
So all game, we're really just finding a good target to go onto, going onto them, and then using our ultimate or a 2 to get out.
Your right tower has
Group
been
up.
destroyed.
That's Nike's jump. Gonna use their 2 to kind of chase her down. And the enemy's soul has left. We do have our blink right here. Looks like we're saving onto it. We're able to pick onto the Nike. Now that it's a 4v5, I'm sure this game won't last that much longer.
Ultimate is ready. Attack!
We go straight to the new wall. We're going to use our ultimate. We're able to bait out 3 ultimates. Our team's able to get the right tier 2 tower. Dodgy's able to get the pick onto the Cuckoo. We're able to get some great damage onto this Dodgy and get the pick onto her.
Attack right lane.
Using our 2 to get damage onto the minions, not to get damage onto the Phoenix, because abilities don't deal damage to the Phoenixes. We're able to get the pick onto the Chalk. Looks like we're going to try to take this systematically and get the Phoenixes. We probably could have made the end call right there. It's just the Nike up. We have 4, so it'd be a 4v1. Nua's back up. Yeah, we're just taking it slow. Get all 3 Phoenixes. Gonna fall back, get the Gold Fury. Danzabor is kind of in trouble. We're gonna use our ultimate. Unfortunately, we missed the Nua. We get pulled in, I believe. I don't quite know what happened there. Looked away for 1 second.
Retreat.
But we should be able to get the Gold Fury right here. The Primal Fury is going to provide our team with a buff where we're going to deal more damage to jungle monsters. This includes Harpies, Colored Camps, Future Gold Furies, Pyromancer, and the Fire Giant. So we're selling Jotunns, and we're going to be going into the Heartseeker. Heartseeker is going to provide us 65 physical power, 200 mana, 20 MP5, and 10% physical penetration. Heartseeker has a passive that your abilities deal an additional 2% of the target's maximum health as physical damage. If you have over 200 physical power, your ability bonus damage scales up. This effect reaches a maximum of 5% maximum health damage at 400 physical power. Subsequent hits on the same target do 75% of the bonus damage for the next 3 seconds.
Group up.
Our team's able to secure the Pyromancer.
Ultimate is ready. Ultimate is ready.
3 Phoenixes down. We should be able to push right here. We just need to get a pick or 2, and then we'll be able to close this game out. Nike's really far up and left, so it's really a 3v3 right now until Ganesh and Danza get here. I'm going to dash onto the chalk. And our team's able to secure the victory. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps these videos out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.